This episode sponsored by GoToAssist Express. Welcome, everybody, to the Tech Podcast Network's second day event here at NBC Universal. My name is Todd Cochran from the Geek News Central podcast at geeknewscentral.com. We've got a great show lined up for you today. A number of guests are going to be coming on board. We want to welcome all our guests on Ustream. If you're checking this show out after the show, don't worry. We've got lots of great content for you on a variety of websites. Of course, I want to introduce my team here. I've got Jeffrey Powers to my right. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Powers. I run the Geekazine podcast over at www.geekazine.com. I have two podcasts. One's a weekly podcast every single Wednesday. And then I run another podcast called The Day in Tech History, which comes out every single day of the week.
Andy?
Yeah, hi. I'm Andy McCaskey from sdrnews.com. SDR News is a 12-minute summary of articles from places like Slash.dig and Reddit, which is where SDR came from. And so what we try and do is to provide an overview of not only technology, but business and regulatory news as well, kind of targeted for people who are commuters and more at a management sort of level. So that's my podcast.
And you're sounding a lot better today.
Yes, I am feeling. I'm one of the few people who's going to leave CES feeling better than I did coming to CES.
Because you've had every bug possible.
I'm immune.
That's right.
I've burned through all of them.
That's right. Well, for those of you checking us out for the very first time, again, my name is Todd Cochran. You can check me out at geeknewscentral.com. You can check all these great shows that are represented here over at techpodcast.com. Of course, you can subscribe to us via iTunes, Zune Marketplace. If you have a Roku box, you can watch us actually on Roku. So you can either do TPN or Tech. Just search Tech in the Roku box, and you'll find us on your TiVo. So lots of ways to collect it or actually watch the content. I do want to thank NBC Universal for giving us this opportunity. This is pretty special, being out here.
It is.
And it's pretty amazing that they're reaching out to the new media creators, and it's glad to see. Now, I want you all, when it comes to Olympic time, to watch NBC Universal, because the 2010 Olympics are going to be in Vancouver. And it's going to be a great event. They're going to have lots of great coverage. Of course, we also want to give a thank you to the folks at Sharp. Sharp are the folks that, I don't know if you can see it behind us, but there is a blogger lounge or multimedia lounge in the back where we've been able to go into and actually blog and get access to some high-speed internet, which has been terrific here at the show.
Absolutely.
So I want a big thanks to the folks at Sharp. We're going to be giving some prizes away today on the show. And the most important thing is you're going to have to watch all the way through. We're going to have a couple of good items to give away, and you can follow us on Twitter as well. I'm at Geek News.
I'm at Geekazine.
And I am at AXMC.
So, guys, last day of the show. What's the conclusion?
Wow, it's been an interesting one. I'll tell you that. We've gone through. We've seen years past and how big a show could be. We're seeing a more condensed show, but still as big as all can be. So the North Hall was different. We went through the international booths today, and we saw a lot of great products from overseas. Of course, we're in the Central Hall, and it's just humongous. We're only in a small part of a very big campus, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, exactly. Campus is probably a good word for it. And we talked, maybe next year we'll have pedometers so we can figure out how many miles we clock. We had a little microphone incident where mic and camera weren't matched, and that
they
was
were about a half mile away.
Yeah, exactly. There was a good mile, and I won't tell you who got to who got to walk to correct that little problem. But I heard from the folks at CES that the attendance was actually up this year. And I think last year it was around 91,000. This year 112, I think they said. Previous years have been around 140. So you can see that it's definitely in the right direction. And being more compact, it would seem just as crowded as it has in years past.
Yeah. Irregardless, we collected a lot of content for you. So a lot of that content is going to be going up on all of our websites again throughout the next 2 or 3 weeks, because we recorded so much stuff. We actually had to sleep a few hours during the week, so there wasn't time to get like 95% of it pushed to the internet. We're a small team of 9, and of course, before we get in with our guest today, I want to give a big round of applause to our team that helped us this year.
Absolutely.
We had some great help behind the scenes. 6 other folks are with us, and without them, it wouldn't be possible. But let's talk. You know, the bunch of you guys are listening to. They want to hear about little tech.
Okay.
So our first guest up today is Jeff, and he's going to be bringing on a Pogo plug. And in those of you that have been on some of our roundtables in the past, you maybe are familiar with the Pogo plug, but Jeff, the Pogo plug is all redesigned in a fashionably bright color.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Jeff, how large was
this one.
How large was your booth last year when you were over in the stands? Maybe half the size of this table?
Yeah, that's right. It was official closet size. Yeah,
The closet size booth.
That's right. That's right. But it's great to see you guys again, and thanks for having us on. It's been 2009 was a great year, and 2010 is going to be even bigger year for Pogo Plug.
So tell us about the new design, and I guess Pogo. Are you calling this Pogo Plug 2, or you know?
We call it version 2, but I mean, a lot of people out there don't know about Pogo Plug, and we'll forgive them for that because we're just getting started here. We are a small company, but it's an awesome product. This is version 2. The difference is from the first one. The first one was really a wall plug format, so it looked more like a wall plug. Obviously, we have a unique design. It's a unique product. To start at the beginning a little bit, what we're doing is it's a product that's at the emerging trends of cloud storage and digital content and internet connectivity. What you do is a lot of people out there already have external storage, whether it's a flash drive or an external hard drive, and that's great for plugging it into your computer for backing up. What we want to do is we want to take those products that you already have and make them accessible anywhere. So the product's $129. You buy it one time. You get lifetime service. What that service is you go to your home, you plug in your external hard drives, your flash drives, you can expand over time, and going to my.pogoplug.com, you could then be anywhere on any computer, Mac, PC, any browser, and access that content. You can stream movies, you can stream audio, you can do photo slideshows, you can upload from other computers, and then you can share with other people and give them access.
Jeff, I know that you also have a very active developer group that's actually working with the SDK or API that you've developed for this.
That's right.
We've got a lot of geeks listening to this show. Tell me about that function or that portion of the business.
Oh, that's right. We're big believers in open source. We do use a Linux platform. We have Open API. We actually publish Open API. You're right that there's a lot of developers writing to the Pogo Plug. So we've created this seamless front end that allows a user who is afraid of a word like IP address or DNS submask. Those type of users use this product like email. You log in like email and you see it. It installs itself. For the more tech user or developer, we're going to open up the platform so that they can make calls to the Pogo Plug, build extensions, build applications on that. People are doing that already.
What about the gamer?
The gamer can do a lot. So we've got a lot of people who are accessing content, using it as a server. It can actually act as a robust server for gaming applications or even website hosting from your home. And remember, it's acting as cloud storage. You're getting content anywhere, but it's always on that hard drive that you already have at your home, safe and secure in your home.
Yeah. I can see the consumer use of it, but from a small business perspective, what are some of the applications?
Oh, it's a great application for small, medium business, micro business. I'll give you an idea of how I use it. So creative professionals, I work with advertising agencies. If you go to pogoplug.com, you'll see some flash animations, video animations. Those are really big files. I don't want to have to try to be back and forth over email. I don't want to set up an FTP account. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Pogo Plug. I'm going to make a new folder under the advertiser that I'm working with. I'm going to give them access through email. I just type in their email name, hit enter. They get an email with a link. I've created now a shared access space through the internet that they can be uploading files to my hard drive that's on my Pogo Plug completely seamlessly, and the rest of my content's protected. They only have access to the space that I've given them. So this two-way sharing, a private network through the cloud, that's how you use it as a micro business.
Right. Yeah, and I have to admit, I have a Pogo Plug. I have one of the first generation ones, and that's why I've been so enthusiastic about the product. And what is good about it is that you can have someone from 700 miles away backing up their business data
That's right.
On opposite sides.
There's also, it also is a great platform for backup, data redundancy. We have a syncing capability so that you can sync from your computer to the external hard drive on your Pogo plug. So without you knowing it, you're ingesting content. That's automatic redundancy. I can then share with someone else who has a Pogo plug and be pushing that to another location, creating triple redundancy so that it's outside of the home.
Any other color than pink?
Not right now. It's actually magenta.
Oh, I'm sorry,
First of
magenta.
all,
Okay.
you know, so I don't blame you for not knowing your pink hues. What it is this is not your normal product. Pogo Plug is it's extremely different, extremely cutting edge. We wanted it to look as unique as the service and the platform is. And we also wanted people to be able to find it on store shelves. So we're launching now. We're in Fry's Electronics. We're in Tiger Direct. We've got a slew of retailers coming on. We just started shipping this version in December of last year. So we wanted people to be able to find it. We'll look at colors in the futures as we scale up. But, you know, I personally love it. I know my wife loves this one too on my desk at our house. And again, it's not something that you have to access every day. If you want to put it under the shelf, if you're afraid of having something magenta on your desktop,
well, now that
that's
I know
okay.
it's magenta, it's
right.
okay.
Yeah. That's
it's
right.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like the design that your human factors, the first generation product was just the wall transformer.
Right.
It looks like your human factors people have gotten in here because you've got cable management at the end.
We're really proud of our design. In fact, we're submitting it for a lot of our awards. We've got cable management at the end. So there's 3 USB ports. 3 USB ports on the back of the product. There's the Ethernet port where you're going to plug it into, you know, any Ethernet port in your house, and then the power port. So all of those cables are going to go, and we've got this trough management on a unique leverage system. And then we have a single USB port in the front.
Thumb drive.
So your thumb drive, or even a flip camera. So we'll recognize that as a USB storage and then be able to stream the videos on your flip camera, say to our free iPhone application or Android or BlackBerry application. Back to the hardware platform. So we do have 4 USB ports. Now let's say you had 10 external hard drives or 20 flash drives that are just sitting around collecting dust. If you wanted to, you could get a USB hub and connect all of them. We're not going to create any limitation on you adding storage as you go. So even though it's acting as cloud storage, you're not going to have to worry about continually paying a recurring fee for opening up more and more and more cloud storage as you go. And we all know, I mean, it's a different world. It's a digital life. It's a digital connection. I have a lot of content. And even if people are just emerging into the space, all the great products around here, what it's doing is it's just adding more and more digital life, digital value, and the need for space. So grow as you go, pay one time, and don't worry about paying a recurring fee.
How do you determine the accessibility of one folder to another? If you share material with different people, but not to share with everyone?
You're going to use it exactly like, so think of it the exact same way that you use your folder structure on Windows Explorer or Mac Finder. Wherever you choose to let someone come in as a share, they're going to see subfolders under that. All right, so if I go to my very top directory and give someone access there, they're going to see everything below that. If I only want them to share maybe 2 files but have a place to upload, I'll make a new folder in a subdirectory, and then basically I just go to that folder, I hit sharing in our browser interface, I type in their email address, I hit enter. They get a link immediately. They click that link, opens a browser, and they have access to only that folder and subfolders.
Awesome.
Hey, I do want to thank Jeff. You are kind enough, though, to give us a Pogo Plug to give away.
That's right.
And what is the price point on this normally?
It's $129.
$129. You can find it at pogoplug.com.
That's right, pogoplug.com, or search for it on retailers. You know, like I say, we have Tiger Direct or Fry's Electronics, and opening more as we speak.
If you're watching on the Ustream channel, or even later on the post show, when it's up on the internet, downloaded as a podcast, a week from today, we're going to pick a winner for this. You can send an email right now to tpnces@gmail.com, tpnces@gmail.com, and a week from today we'll pick a random winner. You got to put in the subject line Pogo Plug, and a week from today we'll pick a winner, and we'll get one of these out to you.
That's
Jeff,
right.
thanks so very much for joining us today.
Yeah, I'm happy to give one away, so let me know the name of the lucky winner. We'll ship it out immediately.
Outstanding.
Thanks a lot. Great seeing you guys again.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Andy, appreciate it.
Thanks.
What are they going to do next with that?
I don't know. That is a really, really cool product and genuinely useful, particularly for business applications, small businesses that want to have that redundancy, they want to have that safety, but at an affordable price point.
It's perfect for us because now we're in Las Vegas. We're not by our computers. We need to get something, especially a logo or something like that. Now, if we run out of business cards, we can have the business card template sitting on there. We can download that. We can load it up over our favorite printing place and get another 250 cards.
And as drive sizes increase, these 300 gig drives, you can go ahead and put them through a hub and still get use out of them.
Awesome.
All right, next up, this is a new type of product. No, it's actually not a new product. It's a product that's well known for some of you. And
it's moving.
Rob actually, we were walking through North Hall yesterday, and we got to meet Pleo. And as you all can see, this is a very, I'm not going to call it, it's a robot, but it's a, Derek, go ahead. Tell us about Pleo.
Pleo, we refer to him as a companion pet, a replacement for a dog or a cat for people who can't have a dog or a cat. Let's say you live in an apartment with rules. This is it. It provides love and affection.
I'm going to ask you to pull your mic up a little bit. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
There we go. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Oh, this is Pleo, robotic companion pet, a replacement for a dog or a cat or that sort of thing. This becomes a primary pet for a lot of people. He senses touch. He loves to be loved. When you're not paying attention, he's autonomous, move around on his own, exploring his environment. He has a multitude of sensors. Sensor in his nose is a camera. He can sense objects, move towards it. Infrared, communicate with other Pleos. Gets a little noisy, actually.
Water bottle.
Pleo does get into trouble from time to time.
See if he'll move towards the water bottle.
He'll walk around, and I've had him get caught up in cables and that sort of thing and cry because he can't help. So you have to go and save him once in a while. But Pleo is very, very curious. And I do recommend on the table to take the expensive china off.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just a little warning up ahead. But he's very, very loving. He's good. Older people like him because it's a low-maintenance pet. Pretty durable with kids. I mean, we've clutched all the mechanisms so they really can't hurt it.
But this is really kind of a updated Pleo.
Absolutely.
You guys have made some improvements to Pleo, because Pleo's not necessarily new, but he's improved, right?
That's correct. What we did was we took all the complaints, or at least the majority of the complaints. We've improved the skin. We've improved the paint because it was being loved to death. We made some mechanical improvements for longevity. This is a very, very durable product.
It's a lot of fun. As we sit there watching it in the booth, Rob reached over and touched it, and it was just, it kind of leaned up like a cat would, and it was like it was getting its ear scratched. And I was like, now that's a little weird.
A little weird, but it's part of its charm.
It's part of its charm. And you also have development groups or individuals that are building personalities for Pleo, right?
Absolutely. On our website, there's you can download these personalities that people have put together. Underneath, there's an SD card slot. So you download these personalities, plug them in, cycle his power. There's a Christmas one where he'll sing Christmas jingles.
He's talking.
It's talking.
Yeah. He'll go for your eyes. No. He'll sing these Christmas jingles. It is just a riot. There's the holiday version. There's the Godzilla version where he gets all manly. So
that's cool.
That's a way. We also supply a PDK, a Pleo development kit. And in this kit, you can go and do your own stuff. So you can take some recording of your voice and have him mimic that.
So if I name him, I can program him to come on command or something like that?
Oh, you can do a lot of things. You can get access to his sensors, and you can do whatever your imagination will allow you.
Awesome.
So we're going to make improvements on all of this as time goes on, but and Pleo has a future. We've done a multiple-year plan for improvements on Pleo. I can't get into those because they get in mad when I announce too soon.
Well, you should let the whole world know right now. It'd be great.
Yes. But there will be improvements to Pleo coming out.
Is Pleo, does he have depth sensing? I mean, will he walk off the table? Do you have to watch him?
Well, actually, he has sensors for edge detection, so he's really good around the table and that sort of thing. Not to say he never makes a mistake,
Right,
mind
the
you.
glass would be hard, difficult.
Glass is hard. Dark carpet really, kind of runs him a little nuts. But for the most of it, he's really good at navigation, and he'll animate really fun around that. But we designed him for an environment like a table, if you will. So imagine the dinner table and you're all done with dinner. Cleo's running around, exploring the edges, coming to you when you talk to him. He has sensors in his ears so he knows when you're talking. So it's a family entertainment pet, and I have lots of people I talk to every day that this is their pet, and it is a member of the family.
Just don't feed it table scraps.
Do not feed it table scraps. Keep it out of the bathtub and the jacuzzi. Other than that,
Don't feed it at midnight and... No, oh, no, wait, no,
Yeah.
that's a different animal.
So where can consumers find Pleo? And go ahead and let us know what it costs too.
Pleo is $349, available only at pleoworld.com.
Very cool. I told you this is cool.
Yeah. And you can train him to stay off the couch.
And you don't have to worry about the litter box.
Unless you want to. Maybe somebody will write some sort of program to do that. But
Well, Jerry, thank you so very much. Thanks for joining us today and introducing Pleo to our audience. And you guys check Pleo World,
pleoworld.com.
pleoworld.com out. And pretty cool pet, I guess, for a better word.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
having
much.
me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye now.
All right, Andy, you want two or three of those running around the house?
No, I don't know where the time went. I don't know where the last 10 minutes have gone.
Because you were just staring at me, right?
That is the most fascinating little toy, and he curls up. You didn't see when he went off stage.
He curled up the fetal style.
Yeah, he curled up and he just carried him off
amazing.
stage.
That's amazing stuff right there.
Now, Jeffrey, this next guest is, you went over and seen these folks. Why don't you do a little brief introduction?
Well, okay, I went over to over on the North Building. We stopped by. Of course, I'm always a musician at heart. You know, I'm always into new music items, and we found this really cool item here. It's a guitar, but it's also a MIDI instrument here. Now we have
JR.
JR. There we go. JR.
How you doing?
I knew your name. It just kind of escaped.
You were overwhelmed by the product. We get that all the
by
time.
everything here. So JR, how you doing?
Very good. Good to see you again.
Tell us a little bit about this little cool guitar.
The U-Rock guitar is a digital guitar that also works as a MIDI controller. So you can plug it into your amplifier and play it just like a regular guitar. But it's also a video game controller. So it really is the first product to seamlessly bridge between the worlds of video game and playing real music. So you can play by plugging it into your amplifier and just play out like a regular guitar. You can also connect to the computer. So it works right out of the box with software like GarageBand, Studio Pro, and other software applications that are already in the market. And you can then plug it into your gaming console and play video games that are already in the market as well. Now, it has two modes, a music mode and a game mode. But one of the things that we've done is that we've also created a cartridge that helps make it compatible with a number of different products. So from a video game perspective, the GameFlex cartridge enables it to work with both the Nintendo Wii, the Sony PlayStation, the Xbox, etc. And it also helps reduce the risk of obsolescence. Because if Sony comes out with a PlayStation 4, for example, you can buy a cartridge. At the same time, if you happen to have a Nintendo in your house and your friends have the PlayStation, you don't have to buy different instruments. You can just have one guitar, go to your friend's house with a different cartridge, and play there.
Now, the best part is the fact, not only do you have the sensory touch right here, but you can also do a lot of different things like bending of notes, sliding of notes by just touching some of these little buttons on the side of the instrument.
You've done your homework. I'm very proud.
I have done my homework, yes.
So yeah, it's very cool. We've built a lot of sophistication into the product, and the product was really born from the music side, and it was done by real musicians. Cliff Elliott, the president of our company, knew Les Paul, worked for Gibson for a number of years, and so he really set out to create a digital instrument, and that's how the instrument was born. But we had been working for years in trying to come out with a product that was just fun, and as a result of enabling people to have fun, they learned. And we really saw it and knew that it was so much more. And so we've mapped the colors of the games so that you can use it as a controller. But again, you can, instead of using paddles and buttons, you can hit any string on the guitar and any string within the frets that are mapped to the color of the game and play your game. we have on the music side a number of features, because as an advantage to a regular guitar, it doesn't have strings, so you don't have to buy new strings and string it, which is a learning curve for a lot of wannabe guitar players. The guitar is always in tune, so you never have to tune it, which is another big hurdle for kids. It's portable. The neck snaps out, and so it's very easy to transport. So for a musician on the road, he can put it in his suitcase, in his backpack. If he doesn't want to take his $5,000, $10,000 guitar on the road, this is a great addition to any guitar player's collection. And you snap the neck back on, it's already tuned, it's ready to go. You turn it on, you hit music mode, and you're playing. It even has a record feature, so if you're composing and you play something that you like, you can record it. So when you get to where you're going, you plug it into your computer, you download it to the PC or the Mac, and you've got your music.
Or if you're practicing, you go on the bottom, there's the in-out, you can bring in your MP3 player there, and you can play and go through your headphones there.
There's a lot of connectivity. As you mentioned, obviously we've got the power button down here. It works off of regular batteries, AA batteries, but it also has a power input. We have a MIDI out, because as I mentioned, it is a MIDI controller. And so you can use it as a MIDI controller with standard software that's already in the market. It also has a USB port that you can connect to a computer. It has the regular jack for your amplifier. And then it has line in and out. So for example, if I have an MP3 player on my iPhone, I can plug my iPod in here. I can plug my headphones out, and I can be playing guitar along with my MP3 songs.
Awesome.
And as I mentioned, it's got the GameFlex card.
So how acoustically accurate is it? What a real musician, or what did you think when you played it?
Well, it was a first impression. It takes a little bit of getting the feel of the frets, because as you strum the strings, they're a little bit tighter than a normal guitar, and of course this fretboard, they don't feel like real strings, so you got to get used to it. A couple missed notes, but once again, I wasn't really playing it. I haven't played it for a while to really get used to it.
The reaction we got from a lot of guitar players is that, like many instruments, it is a new instrument. It is a new platform. And so many guitar players that have multiple guitars, the way they describe it is that, it's like if I'm playing my Strat and then I get a Les Paul, they feel different, especially if I'm going from an acoustic, for example, to an electric, which is another advantage. We've got over 100 settings built in. So with a push of a button, I can be playing an acoustic guitar, and then I press the next setting, and it's a dirty Stratocaster, right? So you got a lot built in.
So what's the price point, and where can people find it?
People can already pre-order on our website, which is www.urockguitar.com, which is YOUROCK guitar.com. And we're taking pre-orders right now, and we expect to start shipping as early as April.
And the price point?
Suggested retail is $199. And the GameFlex cartridges are $24.99.
And when you get a new game system, you need to use this for that new game. You'll just have a new cartridge for it. So.
That's the beauty of it. It's also upgradable to other platforms. So again, if you have a tablet, and today you're connected through USB, but if you want to do wireless to your computer, that GameFlex port can work. iPhone application, so I could be playing Guitar Hero on my iPhone wirelessly using my guitar. Awesome. That's the possibility.
And I would think that for a youngster, the frustration level, if you go and buy a really inexpensive instrument which has all these limitations, you're not really reacting to the music and learning to play, you're reacting to a lot of the deficiencies.
Yeah, and a lot of entry price point instruments aren't the best instruments. And so when you buy an inexpensive instrument, those are the hardest to string, they're the hardest to tune. They go out of tune more quickly than the real high-end instruments, and those often offer the most barriers for kids learning. And so for kids learning to play, we believe that having fun is the key. And this instrument is a lot of fun. And for the parents, the kids can plug their headphones on.
Very cool. JR, thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Good luck with the product, and let us know how it goes.
Appreciate it. The reaction has been great so far, and we're looking forward to a great year.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Well, I know a certain 12-year-old at home that's going to want one of these. I got him playing the ukulele. He's playing a regular guitar. Plays, I can see that going on the want list now, right now.
Yeah, but the best part is you'll be able to see it,
but not hear it. Ah, yes, that's right. So very good. All right, this next company we're going to have up is a company that I have known about for years. I used to listen to a radio program called Art Bell, and Art Bell always had a company on there called C. Crane. It was advertising. They were world famous for their radios. But C. Crane has changed. They still have their radio market, but they have a green product. And oh my goodness, we got Bob here himself.
Oh,
welcome to the show.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to come on and show us entrepreneurs and what we like to do.
This is a true pleasure for me. I've known about your products for years, and I'm very pleased to meet you.
Well, very, very happy to be here. So it's a grand opportunity when you can present something that we're very proud of. This is a new light bulb called the Geo bulb. It's glass on the surface for the maximum light transmission. It's LED though, and it gives off the same light as a 60-watt bulb off the top of the bulb. Actually exceeds a 60-watt bulb in lumens, a typical 60-watt. It only runs at 7 watts of power, and its rated life is 5 years or 50,000 hours. So the guarantee is 5 years, but it'll actually rated to run non-stop for 5 years. So now, that's why we're safe on the guarantee. There's no exclusions. Yeah.
Now I know this year is the second year that you've expanded the line a little bit. This is, I believe, the soft color.
This one's a blue color, but
blue
it's not
color.
on,
okay.
so it doesn't.
Yeah. But I had gotten a unit last year, and I got the new style this year. And actually, we were using it in the house, giving it a try, and we actually use it in a lamp that points down. I'm a person that likes a lot of light, but my wife likes a nice soft light, and she absolutely loves this light bulb.
You know, they tend to be very addictive. My wife,
they do.
You know, because I own the company, my wife kept bringing them home and
right.
replacing everything. So everything is replaced in our house, even though it still costs money.
Right.
No,
go ahead.
What's interesting is this little web design on the bottom. Of course, I've got a couple of these lights at home, and that was the one thing that I noticed. Is this for heat? Some sort of heat reduction or something like that?
Heat dissipation. LEDs are a silicon type product,
right.
And that means you have to keep the temperature low. And so you can't run it up to 500 degrees like a regular light bulb. You have to keep it down to, my gosh, 80 degrees Celsius or below. So it's actually, you can touch it, though it's too warm to touch really, but you can't touch it without a burn.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the other end of the spectrum, for those of us from the Midwest, when we have replaced our incandescent bulbs on the porch with the low energy light bulbs, you flick them on and it takes several minutes to get enough light out of them to get it fired up and the electrons moving. That's
a good point, because this is instant on, and there's never any flickering unless it's a weird photo cell involved. And it operates at a very low temperature. I think we're down to minus 40.
Wow.
And up to the high temperature is what you have to be careful of. So if you're running it at over 95 degrees, then the bulb may not like that. So it needs to be an ambient temperature that's reasonable.
Now I understand the price point on these are $69.95.
Yeah, they're down to $69.95.
Yeah, they were considerably more last year. I think they were
$100.
$100 last year. Yeah. Now I live in Hawaii. I pay 27 cents a kilowatt.
Hey, you're going to make money on the Geo bulb.
The payback on this is obviously much faster for me.
That's correct.
But do you have an average payback time for the bulb? You know, obviously there's a 5-year warranty, but it's obviously going to last a lot longer than 5 years.
Yeah, we're looking at it as a legacy product. And as far as payback with the new price, then you're actually approaching not the most inexpensive CFLs, but if you get something like for about $5 or $6 a bulb type CFL, we're in the same marketplace now. Same price. There's no difference between those two. So we're very happy to come this far, this fast. Next year, I'm sure we'll have some other news.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And I think consumer experience kind of shakes out the very inexpensive CFLs when they talk about guarantee for the life of the bulb, well, I can tell you what the life of the bulb is. It's nowhere near what they had anticipated.
Yeah, if you switch it on and off, CFLs don't like it.
Right.
Running at a low temperature might damage them too. But the rated life is that long. The thing that's special about the GeoBulb is we've done everything for maximum light output, and we also have components in it that are rated for those 50,000 hours. In fact, all the components are rated at least 100,000 hours inside the bulb. But they are very good for, in a downlight fixture that you mentioned, that type of application.
Well, it's a great green product. Of course, green is in right now with everyone.
Yeah.
And look forward to see what you guys do next with this product line.
Well,
and
thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on today.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye now.
I've got LED lights in my studio. The LED lights are professional level lights. They're very expensive.
Right.
But this light, in the category that they sent, gives almost the same textured light. It's very soft. It's very soothing. I was really impressed with it. I really was.
I think you have to really be careful in these lighting products because there's a lot of stuff that they come in at a very low price point, and you're really attracted to them. And I've burned through a number of them, and quite literally burned through because they just don't last. And a company that's willing to stand behind their product, that says a lot.
Hey, I want to take a minute here and give a shout out to our sponsor, Go to Assist. This show and what we do here at CES would not be possible without our sponsor, Go to Assist Express. And we've got a special offer for you. Jeffrey, you want to tell them just a little bit about Go to Assist, and then we'll give them a special offer where they can get a great deal. Go ahead.
Definitely. Actually, what was really funny was earlier today I had a phone call. I had a person. He had a problem with his computer. And me being in Las Vegas as opposed to Madison, Wisconsin, where I live, I couldn't really help him. In normal cases, I would refer him to a friend of mine. Well, now I can get on to Go to Assist Express. I can connect up to his machine by him going to a web page, putting in a 9-digit number, and I connect up to his machine. I can even set it up to unattended install. So if we're installing a service pack or something that requires multiple reboots, I can do it without him being by the computer. I go and I take care of his problem, and I get on with life. I didn't have to travel back to Madison, Wisconsin. That would have been one heck of a plane ride right there.
That's right.
And I got things done. And you should get things done too. It should be part of your IT toolbox if you don't have anything like that. Go to Assist Express. We have a special offer. 30-day free trial. Just go to gotoassist.com/tech podcasts. That's gotoassist.com/tech podcast. 30-day free trial. Support smarter with Go to Assist Express.
Yeah, and I might mention that even though this is a very powerful product, it is very easy to use. I first fired it up here about a week and a half ago. Within 10 minutes, I had it connected to a remote machine, back and forth, no problems. It's really has that combination of ease of use and under the hood, a lot of power.
Now, while I don't have a support business, you know what I do use it for? Fixing Mom's computer.
That's right. From Hawaii to Michigan.
It works great. It really does. All right, our next guest is a company that probably many of you have never heard from before. It's Tech, and I don't have a name on my sheet. I'm sorry.
Hi, John Willico.
John, nice to meet you. I'm actually meeting for a second time. John, you've got a very interesting media player that I was very attracted to as we were walking around the show floor, and I think you're first in class in this category, or very close to it. Why don't you tell me about your media player?
Sure. So this is the CinePal. Basically, it's the next generation portable DVD. Everything's gone digital, as we all know. Cameras, camcorders, music. The next big thing is, people are downloading movies, and there's a huge trend happening here from a movie download standpoint. Companies like Cinema Now, Film Fresh are all going digital, and people are jumping on and doing the digital downloads. So what we've done is we've introduced the CinePal to be your travel companion. I don't know if you travel. I travel quite a bit from East Coast, West Coast, back and forth. So we've designed this so that you can download all of your digital content, movies. I'd like to show you just real quick if you could see here. So it does photos, it does movies.
He's going to zoom that in right now.
It does music, all of your MP3, and it also reads ebooks in the text formats. So everything that you would have on your computer's hard drive can be transferred over here, and it's basically an entertainment device. I have little ones. I have 3 little ones, and they're always scratching the DVDs when they're putting it in the portable DVD player. Well, with what's happening here, you can download those DVDs now and store them on the hard drive digitally. You don't have to worry about scratching DVDs anymore. So it's amazing. It has 6-hour battery life. So whether you're going from LA to New York, Toronto, back forth, you're completely covered. So I don't know if you've ever been on a plane when you're watching your laptop and you get right to the good part and then all of a sudden the battery craps out on you. So this is something that I think that most of the consumers that travel a lot will actually enjoy.
Actually, the one thing that I have a problem with laptops, especially when you're traveling in coach, is the fact that the seats behind you, somebody retracts the seat and all of a sudden your laptop goes down like this. This way, it's just like I'm watching, well, that's upside down, but I'm watching like this, and if they do that, I can bring it forward. Now, I'm assuming that you have a vertical and a horizontal profile on there?
Now, right now, it's a horizontal orientation. It doesn't flip. We wanted to give it that widescreen, more of the widescreen movie effect. But let me show you the actual resolutions. I don't know if you could see this, because we've done a really high-end panel here, which is true HD. So I'd like to just show you, if you guys can see, the actual panel quality here, because it's spectacular. It's 1024 by 600 HD resolutions. Now you can also connect this to your HD TV and use it, as a portable DVD, and you get the high definition out as well.
So it comes with, if I remember correctly, 4 gigs of storage on board.
That's correct.
And then you can put I see an SD card stuck in over here. We don't want to pull that out. You may have something going with it. But what is the SD storage you can put in it?
Sure. So it supports up to 32 gigabytes SD, SDHC expansion. And it also has, well, as you mentioned, the 4 gigabyte, but it also has the USB on-the-go OTG technology built in. So you can take a portable hard drive, plug that in, and read, 250, 500 gigabytes. So basically, like I said, you can have your entire library with you.
Okay, I think the biggest challenge that many consumers are going to say is, how do I get that content from my computer or from my DVD to this device? That would be, probably the question my wife would ask me. Is this going to be a device that she can load on her own? What's the process involved?
Sure. Well, we wanted to make it easy. We partnered with DivX, so it has the DivX DRM support. So you can go to a lot of websites now, like Cinema Now is a very popular one, and they offer the DivX formats. You download it right to your computer, okay, and connect this to your computer's USB port, and it's a simple drag and drop to transfer over. Another way is just plugging in your SD card into a card reader, transferring it over that way, or like I said, just plugging in your portable hard drive, and you can read the data from there.
What are the formats that you support beyond, is it .mov, MP4?
Yeah, pretty much all of the major formats are supported, like the AVI files, the MPEG, MPEG-4, like I mentioned, DivX, MKV. So pretty much all of the formats that I know of are supported currently.
Now the thing that I think, hold on to your hats. Actually, we're going to show a hat here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we are going to show a hat. I'll hold on to it.
Okay. You guys got to wait. This is good. The price point on this was what set me back. What is the price point?
Yeah, that was one of the things that when we were designing, manufacturing it, we wanted to make it affordable because we really, truly do believe this is going to be the next portable DVD. So you can pick this up for around $149.
Wow.
Wow.
$149. Mm-hmm. I was at a popular big box recently over the holidays, and we were looking at the typical DVD players, or, DVD players that the kids can use in the car. And my wife says, I got a 13, 12, 6-year-old. They're all going to be fighting over what movie to watch in the car.
Right.
And she says, which machine should we buy? And we didn't buy anything. I'm glad we didn't buy anything, because at $149, you can almost afford to buy 2. If the average family has 2 kids, one can watch on one can watch on the other. So very good price point. Andy, any questions for?
Yeah, I did. I was curious about the e-reader comment. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so basically it will support the TXT formats. There's more than 1 million public domain books out there. It does not have the DRM built in for the ebooks. We do have a separate ebook reader, by the way, that does offer that. But we just wanted to add that in as one additional feature because we do want it to be a complete solution if you are traveling. Let's say you're tired or you don't want to watch a movie, you want to switch over to an ebook and start reading that, and at least that's available for you.
Where can they find it?
Sure, so right now it's pre-production. It's going to be shipping near the end of this month. So we've talked with a lot of major retailers. We've got some commitments already from Costco Canada stores, Fry's Electronics, Micro Center, H.H. Gregg stores. Best Buy is very excited about bringing it in. So stay tuned. The best thing to do, honestly, is visit Loratech's Where to Buy page. And we have all of our resellers listed right there. And or just contact us. We'll let you know who gets it first.
And for those of you that are following along online, it's ALURATEK.com.
That's correct.
Okay, ALURATEK.com. What do you think? Was that a cool product?
It certainly is.
Can I have this one?
Well,
we thank you for bringing it on and introducing it to our audience. And good luck with the rollout. I know that you're excited about the distribution of it.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Hey, thank you so very much.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that's our 5 guests that we have today, and
amazing.
We do have another prize we're going to give away, but you know,
you got another product though.
We have another product. What's the product? Did I miss a list? Oh, that's right. Jeffrey.
now maybe Aluratech can look at this product, because this is perfect for the planes and stuff like that. It's a little cap here that I found at one of the vendors here. There's a lot of interesting products, a lot of cool stuff, little technical stuff here. This is a company that's basically that's manufacturing this hat. I'll put it on here and you'll see what it's about. I look like something out of a Star Wars movie or something like that, maybe some camel, but if you look inside, there's a little magnifying glass, and inside the magnifying glass you can actually put your iPhone, your iPod right in there, and that'll get you the whole experience right there. You put it in there, you're on the plane, you're watching it, and you don't have to bother people. You don't have to hold anything. It's hands-free. It's beautiful.
So you just put your iPod right in there, right?
Right in the little pocket there. And oh wow, what do you have on here? Oh, hey, cool. It's The Hangover. I'm gonna go watch this.
So there was a lot. You know, I walked by that booth, and there was like 25 people with these things on. I wish I had the camera out, because it's been a great
show
picture.
magnifying glass.
But the magnifying glass is, is real.
Up there.
We have it on our back channel exclusively on the back channel. You'll have to check out the back channel content to check out the company, as well as all the other cool stuff, because there's a lot of.
You've showed it to it. Do you remember who made it?
It was Justin Hatz, I believe.
Okay, we'll make sure we get this in the show notes and give them credit.
I had
it
here somewhere, but I just don't know what happened to the paper.
Last thoughts here before we close out, and we're going to give away a prize yet still. So last thoughts?
Well, I think that one of the things that's so exciting about CES is that it runs the entire range. If you look at these 2 programs we produced here, where you've got things that are really high technology, you've got things that are low tech and clever, and you have things that are kind of low tech and maybe not so clever. But there's this entire range that you find at CES. That's what makes it such an interesting show to work.
It sure does. Jeffrey?
The one thing that I like is the fact that people go and they pretty much max out their credit cards. They got a product that's unbelievable. Yesterday we had the product of the day being the Wave It, which was that iPhone attachment device. They're getting ready to gear up and do production. We're seeing it's in its infancy, and we get to play with the product and really get excited for this tech to come out. And that's what I really love about CES is these new vendors and the new products.
Oh, and the chance to see them grow, where they have a card table size booth, and the next year it's a 10 by 10, and the next year it's a 40 by 40.
This product could be like right next to Microsoft next year. You never know.
Could be.
Could be. All right, I do want to remind everyone that's watching where you can go to find this content. We created a lot of content that is currently not yet online, so over the next couple of weeks we're going to be putting stuff up, but there is a lot of content up right now. You can go over to techpodcast.com, geeknewscentral.com, sdrnews.com, or geekazine.com. All 3 of us are members of the Tech Podcast Network. And we have 2 channels of content. We have a primary channel where we do all of our professional interviews with pro cameras. And then we have the back channel, which we use basically, like flip cameras, mini-size camera. There's a Kodak camera that we use. And we just basically, it's kind of like CES Real World. That's the way I kind of like to describe it. And there's lots of content up there, and you can kind of sort through it. And it's been very, very popular. Now, you can watch all this content as well on your Roku box. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to give away a Roku box. For those of you who aren't familiar with Roku Roku. Roku is basically a digital media entertainment device, and you hook it to your television.
Gently used, professionally tested.
Yes, gently used, professionally tested, absolutely. And one of you lucky winners is going to be able to get a Roku box. All you got to do is go to the Blip TV section of Roku, and then you can type in TECH, and you'll find the Tech Podcast Network's primary and back channel. If you want a chance at winning a Roku box, all you got to do is send an email to tpnces@gmail.com, tpnces@gmail.com. Put in the subject line Roku, and a week from today, we will draw a winner, and we are going to send you the device we've been using in the working room that we've been working out of.
In Todd Central.
The Todd Central. And so we'll send you that device. It will be used for about 6 hours. I think that's all the time we got to watch it. Right. But we'll be happy to send that out to one of you that will pick it up.
Reiterate the email. It's TPN as in Tech Podcast Network, CES as in Consumer Electronics Show @gmail.com.
Jeffrey, where can they find you again at?
www.geekazine. Remember magazine, take out the mag, put in a geek, and you got geekazine.com.
Is SDRnews.com.
And of course, I do want to thank once again NBC Universal for giving us the opportunity to stream live here from the NBC Universal booth. The great friends, and it's a privilege to have done this up here. We want to encourage you to watch the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver on NBC Universal. It's going to be great coverage. Can't wait. And the Winter Olympics are always the most fun to watch for me.
And online too.
Because everyone's still usually cold and they're in the house. They have nothing else to do outside. So watch NBC Universal to watch the Olympics. And of course, we want to, again, thank Sharp for their sponsorship of the Blogger or New Media Lounge. Without them, that would not be possible. So from the team here at the Tech Pod,
let's thank our crew really quick.
Yes,
let's thank
absolutely.
Rob. Let's thank Tom. Let's thank Jack. Let's thank Kara. Of course, Scott and Bob.
Thank you. I've been remiss for doing that.
Yeah, and thank you, Todd.
Oh, thank you. And let's do a crosstalk.
And thank you, Andy.
All right.
So anyway, again, from the team here at Tech Podcast Network, look forward to having continued content for you over the next few coming weeks. And we hope you've enjoyed today's live streaming event. And this will be up professionally produced in a podcast format, hopefully by the end of the day, and you'll be able to download it and take it wherever you go on your Zoom, either your Zune or your iPhone or whatever device you may be using. From the Tech Podcast Network, take care. Thank you for joining us. Starting your own computer business could not be easier with GoToAssist Express, an easy and secure remote support solution purpose-built for individuals, small businesses, and professionals who need to support clients. With the click of your mouse, start a support session. Your client simply enters the code you give them on the fastsupport.com website. With their permission, you have the same access to their computer that you have of your own. You can examine programs, check and modify control panel settings. GoToAssist Express gives you full access to their desktop. Need deeper access? Run the GoToAssist Express diagnostic application to get a system summary, application list, processes, programs that start when the computer starts, network connections, devices, services, along with installed applications, and much, much more. Easily send and receive files back and forth between your and your client's computer. Have another support request come in and need to do 2 support sessions at the same time? You can run multiple support sessions with GoToAssist Express. Included is an interactive chat client. As you can see, the menu bar of the GoToAssist Express gives you everything you need to do online support. To try GoToAssist Express right now, free for 30 days, you must visit gotoassist.com/techpodcast. That's gotoassist.com/techpodcast for a free trial.